In this video, I'll talk about the biggest things that I wish I knew before I started Kindle publishing. What's going on, guys? Sean here. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about self-publishing, building passive income streams, and achieving financial freedom, and the many lessons and failures that I learned along the way. So if you're interested in those kind of stuff, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos that I post. So in this video, I want to talk about, again, the things I wish I knew before I started Kindle publishing, because there are many things that I learned along the years of publishing, and the biggest lessons that I wish I can tell myself from 5 years ago when I first got started with Kindle publishing. So real quick, I do have a complete publishing course if you guys want to check it out. It'll show you how I created a $35,000 a month income from Kindle publishing and quit my 9-to-5 job. So if you guys want to check it out, the link is below this video. All right, so starting with the slides here, the number one lesson that I learned is it's better to focus on high quality rather than pumping out a bunch of mediocre books. So it's better to make one high quality book than 10 mediocre books. Okay, so when I first got started, I created a lot of mediocre 10K word book that eventually died off after getting bad reviews. So I would make the book, right? And I would be cheap on the production cost. So instead of making 30K word book, I would make 10K words. It's shorter and it was much cheaper. The cover was made with Fiverr, so it was just $5. You know, I rarely did any marketing or promotions or anything like that. I just created the book, you know, used a cheap ghostwriting service rather than investing in a good ghostwriter, and I would pump those books out, right? And what happens is it might make sales initially, but a couple months later it just dies because it gets, you know, a bunch of bad reviews, and the average review ratio will go from 5 stars, you know, in the beginning, just from like a couple good reviews that I got from my review team, right? And then from there, it goes down to 4-star average, 3-star average, because eventually the organic reviews catch up, and those people didn't really like the book because it was not that high of a quality. So I really wish I invested more into creating better books from the beginning that gets good reviews organically, because those books could still be selling years later, right? And that's what happens is a lot of times, if you have a really, really good book that gets organic 4- and 5-star reviews, then you sell your book, you get those organic reviews, and those extra 4- or 5-star reviews will help your book sell more, and more sales turns into more reviews, right? Because you have a good book, people want to leave a review. So, and those extra reviews will turn into more sales, and more sales into more reviews. So it's just this endless cycle of more sales and more reviews. And that is how your book just sticks to page 1 on Amazon, and it never leaves, because you just keep getting more sales and you just keep getting more reviews. So that is what you want, and you can only do that if you focus on high quality books. So the changes that I made when I shifted my mindset from just pumping out books to, you know, really focusing on high quality, I went from using Fiverr to using 99 designs for my book cover. I went from, you know, choosing the lowest, cheapest package from ghostwriting companies, like from the urban writers. Instead of choosing the cheapest package, I now use the highest package. Now, in terms of marketing, you know, instead of publishing and forgetting about it, I run ads. So lesson number 2 is you don't want to hop around different niches. So when I first got started, right, I hopped around niches for years, and I was stuck at 10K a month or so. Now that is still good income, but you can make so much more if you just build a brand and focus on one niche. So what I did was, you know, I had a couple books, tried out like the business and money niche. I had like a couple books in the spirituality niche, some in the self-help, and some in the gardening niche. And I was just like publishing in different keywords that looked good. And I wasn't really focusing on one niche, right? And in the beginning, I think that is fine because you don't know what works and what doesn't, right? So you want to go and test it out, but the moment you find out what works the best for you, which means, you know, whatever books that does the best for you, you should focus on that niche and just, you know, publish as many books as you can in that one niche. So when I picked one niche and I just focused on it, that's when my income jumped from 10K to 35K plus a month in just 1 year. So building a brand and becoming an authority in your niche is absolutely crucial if you want long-term success. Now, lesson number 3 is you want to start building your audience as soon as possible. So I kept hopping around niches, right? And because I kept hopping around niches, I couldn't build a big audience because, first of all, you can't focus on multiple different niches and then try and build a proper brand. It's just super hard, and it's very, very time consuming because it's essentially like building 5 different businesses if you're in 5 different niches, right? So that is why I couldn't build a big audience. And for that reason, I always struggled with getting reviews, right? Because you need to have an audience either in a Facebook group or an email list to get reviews. And that's how you build your ARC team, right? So I couldn't do that because I didn't have a big audience. So when I focused on just, one niche and I built a huge audience by solving, problems for them, getting reviews became much easier because all I had to do was send my email list one email saying, hey, my new book is out. Who wants to read it for free in exchange for a review, right? Or who wants to be part of the advanced review copy team? So many people sign up and I get a bunch of reviews, like 20, 30 reviews just from sending that one email. And that's the power of having an audience, okay? So it's free to set up an email list and start building your list. It's free because I recommend Aweber, and I might leave a link below this video too, but Aweber has a free plan, right? So you can sign up and start collecting emails for free. And by doing so, you can essentially start anytime. So there is really no excuse not to start. So I highly recommend anybody to start building your audience as soon as possible. Now, lesson number 4 is being unique is everything when it comes to self-publishing. So when I first started, I published books that were no better than what was already on the market. And because of that, there were literally no reason for people to buy my books other than others. So this is what a lot of people do, and a lot of people make this mistakes, is that they just find what's selling on Amazon, right? And then they just copy that and nothing else. You can mimic or you can model your book based on a successful book, but you have to add something unique on top of that. You have to have a unique value proposition, because if your book is just a ripoff of a more highly successful book, and that highly successful book has way more reviews than you, then what makes you think people want to buy your book over theirs, right? And I see this happening in low content space a lot too, is people will just publish just another journal for men or just another planner for women, with nothing special about it and expect to make sales. It's like, what makes you think people want to buy your book over 100,000 other books that is unique in its own way? It has maybe animal focused theme, right, with different images, or cat focused theme, or something unique about them. And you're over here just pumping out generic journals, and what makes you think you're going to get any sales doing that? So again, you have to have a unique value proposition that tells people why they should buy your book over others. So an example of doing this is you can have a unique angle. So if everybody's just pumping out generic journals, you can have a journal specifically for cat moms or something like that, or cat ladies, right? You can have a better value. So if everybody has 100 puzzles, you can do 200 puzzles. You can have more reviews than your competition, or you can just simply have a better cover and titles. So again, going back to using a better service like 99 Designs, that's very important too. Or you can call out to a specific audience by niching down, and that goes back to creating a journal just for cat ladies or something like that. Or even better, you can create a journal for cat ladies that is exactly in their 50s, right? So that's a much better niche down example. So this is an example with the keyword journal for women. There is literally 70,000 results on Amazon for this keyword, meaning there are 70,000 other books on this keyword. So if you're just pumping out a generic journal for women book that is no better than other books with no reviews, nothing special about the interior, nothing special about the title, or nothing special about the cover, what makes you think people want to buy your book over 70,000 other books? It just doesn't make sense. So that is what you have to keep in mind, is you always have to have something unique about your book. All right, so that is it for the video. If you want to learn how to do all these steps much more in depth, then I do have a complete publishing course. I basically dumped every single thing that I know over 5 years of publishing and achieving more than 7 figures in publishing income in this course. It's a complete A to Z course again. So if you want to check it out, the link is below this video, as well as all the tools and resources that I recommend also in the video description. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, comment any questions you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one.